My child, before the world awakens, before the first light stretches across your window, I am already beside you. Before your thoughts begin to wander through worries or memories, my presence surrounds you like quiet air that you cannot see but always breathe. I watch you as you rest, I whisper peace into your dreams. And when your eyes begin to open, I am there, waiting, not demanding, simply waiting for your heart to remember that you are never alone. You do not have to rush to meet me. I have already reached for you. Every sunrise that paints the sky is my gentle reminder that you are still part of my plan. You are not an accident in this world of noise and movement. You are a heartbeat I placed here for purpose. Every morning I invite you, not to perform, not to prove, but to pause, to breathe, to let your soul settle before the day begins. Because in the silence of your first breath I am whispering, this day is ours. I know the world will soon knock on your door with deadlines, messages, and noise that wants to own your attention. But before all of that, there is this sacred space, this stillness between night and morning, where I wait to meet you. Here, you don't need perfect words. You don't even need to speak. Just be still. Let me fill the emptiness inside you that no success, no person, no comfort can ever reach. For the peace you seek is not out there. It is me, and I am already here. You worry too much about tomorrow, about what will come, about what others will say or think. But look at this moment. It is enough. The birds do not wake anxious. They sing. The wind does not question its direction. It flows. The sun does not compete for attention. It simply rises. So must you, my child, not in haste, not in fear, but in quiet trust. For I am the dawn that breaks through your darkness, the calm before your steps, the strength behind your heart. Each morning is not just a new day, it is a divine appointment. You wake because I called you to rise. You breathe because I willed another chance for you. I've already gone ahead of you, into the rooms you'll enter, the roads you'll travel, the conversations you'll have. My grace has prepared what your eyes have yet to see. And though some paths may still seem uncertain, know this. I do not lead you where my light cannot reach. Today, do not begin with worry. Begin with me. Whisper my name softly, not as a ritual, but as a return, a coming home. Because prayer is not about asking for something. It is about remembering someone. And when you start your day remembering me, everything else falls into its rightful place. So as you sit there in the quiet of your room, or stand before the mirror, or watch the morning light spill across the floor, know that I am right there beside you. I am not distant, not silent, not absent. I am your father, your friend, your peace. My hand rests over your day, my eyes are upon your path, and my love surrounds you like gentle sunlight, constant, patient, and alive. Breathe in now, my beloved. The day has not yet begun, but grace already has. You don't need to carry yesterday's burdens into today. Lay them down at my feet. Let your heart awaken with trust, not tension. Let your spirit stretch into gratitude. And as you take your first step, remember, wherever you go, I go too. This morning I am whispering over you, not commands, but comfort, not pressure, but peace. You are safe, you are seen, you are deeply loved. So rise, my child, not to chase the world, but to walk with me through it. For before the world wakes, I am already beside you, and I always will be, my beloved child. I know there are days when you wake up and feel heavy before your feet even touch the ground. The kind of morning when your heart feels lost, even if nothing seems wrong on the outside. You smile, you move, you keep going, but deep inside something feels missing, doesn't it? A quiet ache that no words can explain. You try to fill it with plans, with people, with goals, but somehow that emptiness always whispers back. Listen to me now. That voice you hear, that quiet longing deep inside your chest is not emptiness. It is me calling you home. Not home as in a place, but home as in my presence. Because you were never meant to live disconnected from my heart. Every beat inside you echoes with a truth you were born knowing but slowly forgot. You belong to me and I belong to you. The world tells you to keep moving, to do more, to chase something better. But I tell you, stop running. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to fix yourself before you come to me. I never ask for perfection. I ask for presence. It's come as you are. Tired, unsure, hopeful, broken, beautiful. Bring me your confusion, your fears, your regrets. I am not afraid of your mess. I am not disappointed by your weakness. I am the one who can turn your weakness into wisdom and your pain into purpose. When you feel lost, it's not because I left you. It's because you wandered too far trying to carry what you were never meant to carry alone. You keep trying to be strong for everyone else, forgetting that it's okay to let me be strong for you. I see the tears you never show. I hear the words you never say. And even when you don't have the strength to pray, your silence still reaches me, because I listen to hearts more than I listen to words. So when the world grows loud and your thoughts start spinning, Pause for a moment and whisper, Father, help me find my way back. You'll feel it, that warmth rising inside, that quiet peace returning. That's me, taking your hand again. I never left. I was just waiting for you to stop and notice I was walking beside you all along. You don't have to know every step ahead. You just need to trust that I know the path. Sometimes I allow confusion not to punish you, but to pull you closer. I let you reach the end of your own strength so that you can finally feel mine. I don't want you to live by panic, but by peace. And peace is found not in control, but in surrender. Child, you don't need to understand everything, right? Just remember, being lost doesn't mean being forgotten. I know exactly where you are, even when you don't. And no matter how far you think you've gone, one whisper from your heart is enough to lead you back to me. Let this morning be that whisper. Let this moment be your turning point. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel my presence wrap around you like a soft blanket after a storm. I'm not scolding you for drifting away. I'm celebrating that you've looked back toward me. Every time you do, heaven rejoices, because each return to me is a victory over fear, shame, and doubt. Come home, my child, not later, now. Let go of the guilt that tells you you're unworthy. Let go of the thought that says you've failed too many times. I am not keeping score. I am keeping you. I am the light that never goes out. Even in your darkest moments, that small flicker inside you, that hope that refuses to die, that's me. That's my love refusing to let you go. So today, walk with courage, not because you know every answer, but because you walk with me. And if your path feels unclear, remember this: my voice will always call you home, softly but surely. I will guide you with peace, not pressure. I will lead you with love, not fear. And when the world tries to confuse you again, just listen. You'll hear me whisper, you are not lost. You are mine. My precious child, I see the storms that rise around you, the sudden ones that come without warning, and the quiet ones that build slowly inside your heart. I see the moments when the sky of your soul grows dark and heavy, when you whisper, Lord, I can't take much more of this. I hear those words, even when they never leave your lips. I know the pain you try to hide behind your smile, the questions you bury deep because you're afraid of the answers. But hear me clearly now. I am not the storm. I am the calm within it. When the wind howls and everything seems to fall apart, I am still in control. When your heart feels like it's breaking, I am holding every piece carefully in my hands. Nothing escapes my sight. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one trembling breath. I know exactly what you're facing, and I am not distant. I am near. You often ask me, why do you let the storm come? And I say to you, because storms reveal what peace truly is. Without the wind, how would you know that I can still whisper, be still? Without darkness, how would you see how bright my light can shine? Without weakness, how would you feel the strength that comes from my spirit inside you? I do not send the storm to break you. I allow it to shape you, to remind you that your safety is not found in calm waters, but in my presence. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so your life may be even more blessed. When life feels too loud, come sit with me in the quiet. You don't need to explain everything, you only need to breathe. Every deep breath is a prayer that says, I trust you, Lord. Even here, the storm cannot drown you because I am the anchor that holds. The waves may crash, but they cannot steal the peace I've placed inside you. You are not fighting this storm alone. You are walking through it with the one who commands the wind. Look back, my child. Do you remember the storms you thought would destroy you? The nights you cried until you fell asleep thinking there was no way out? You survived. You're still here. Not because you were strong, but because I was. Every time you thought you couldn't take one more step, I carried you. Every time you thought you were losing everything, I was saving something. Your faith, your heart, your hope. Sometimes peace doesn't come by removing the storm, but by learning to rest in the middle of it. The world tells you to fight harder, to resist, to push through. But I tell you, lean on me. Let the rain fall if it must. Let the winds blow. Because even while the world shakes, I do not. I am the unshakable ground beneath your feet, the hand that steadies you when everything else moves. Do not mistake silence for absence. When you can't hear me, it doesn't mean I've left. It means I am working in ways your mind can't yet understand. Trust the process even when it feels painful, because I am turning your tears into seeds that will grow into something beautiful. One day you will look back and see that what tried to drown you became the reason you learned to walk on water. So when fear whispers that you won't make it, answer it with faith. My God is still here. When the storm screams louder, whisper back, peace is coming because he is with me. I am the calm after the chaos, the song in the silence, the sunrise after the storm. Nothing in this world can take that away from you. Right now, let your heart slow down. Feel my peace filling every corner of your soul. The storm may not be over yet, but the fear inside you can be. You are safe, my beloved. I am your refuge. You don't have to understand how I'll calm the storm. You only have to trust that I will. So rest now. Don't let your mind race to fix what's not yours to fix. Lay your worries down like heavy stones at my feet. I'll carry them. You were never meant to carry the world, I already did. The cross was the proof that no storm, no pain, no darkness will ever be stronger than my love for you. And when morning comes again and the clouds begin to part, you'll see it, the rainbow of my promise still shining. A quiet reminder that even after the longest night, light always wins. Don't give up, my child. The storm is not your end. It's your turning point. I am your calm and I always will be. My dear child, I see the moments when you look in the mirror and feel small, when your reflection carries not just your face but every fear, every failure, every not enough you've ever whispered to yourself. I know how quietly those thoughts creep in. I'm not strong enough. I don't matter. I keep failing. You wear your worries like invisible weight, and yet you still try to stand tall for everyone else. I see that strength even in your shaking hands. But hear me now, when you doubt yourself, I do not. You often see yourself through the lens of your mistakes. You replay the moments when you spoke wrong, when you didn't show up, when you felt too weak to do what you thought I asked of you. But I don't define you by your failures. I define you by your faith. Even the smallest step toward me, even the faintest prayer whispered in fear, is seen, heard, and treasured. I don't measure you by perfection. I measure you by the love growing inside you, the kind that keeps trying. Even when life gets heavy, you forget sometimes that I created you carefully. Every detail of you is shaped with purpose, your voice, your heart, your tears, even your scars. Nothing in you is random. Your flaws don't disqualify you, they humanize you. The same hands that painted the sunrise formed your soul with intention. When you look at yourself and only see what's broken, I see what's becoming. You call yourself weak, but I see resilience. You say I'm not enough, and I answer, you were chosen. There are parts of you the world will never fully understand because they were designed for divine things. For quiet acts of kindness no one sees. For prayers whispered in the dark that move mountains in secret. You were made for more than survival. You were made to shine not because the world needs another perfect person, but because the world needs someone brave enough to carry my light through their imperfection. When doubt rises, don't try to fight it alone. Bring it to me. Let me sit with you in that space where you question yourself. I will remind you of truths that never change, that you are loved, that you are capable, that you are mine. Don't silence your doubt by pretending it's not there. Silence it by filling it with my voice. Every time you say I can't, I whisper I already can through you. You see, faith isn't about never doubting. It's about choosing to believe even when you do. You may feel unsure, but you're still standing, and that's faith in motion. I'm proud of you for not giving up when you easily could have. You think I only smile when you succeed, but my heart shines most when I see you getting back up after falling. Your scars don't push me away, they pull me closer because they remind me of how brave you've been. Do not compare your path to anyone else's. The same God who made oceans also made streams. The same God who made thunder also made whispers. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to be noticed to be valuable. You don't have to have everything figured out to be loved. I see every effort, every tear, every small victory that no one else applauds, and I'm proud of you. So the next time self-doubt tries to speak louder than hope, pause, breathe. Remember that I am inside you, not far away in the clouds, but right here, in your heartbeat, in your courage, to try again. When the world tells you you're not enough, remind yourself, maybe I'm not on my own, but with God, I am more than enough. I am not asking you to become someone else. I am asking you to remember who you already are, my child, my creation, my reflection. You are not defined by what you've lost or what you've failed to become. You are defined by the love that never stops chasing you, by the grace that keeps lifting you up, by the purpose that still beats inside your soul. Look up now. Feel my presence steady in your heart. Let go of the lies that say you must be perfect before you are worthy. You already are. I loved you before you spoke your first word. I chose you before the world could label you. And when I look at you, I don't see your doubts, I see your destiny. So today, walk in quiet confidence. You don't have to know how everything will work out. Just know that I'm walking with you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are in the process of becoming something beautiful. And when you forget your worth, come back to this truth. When you doubt yourself, I see who you really are, and I call you mine. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so your life may be even more blessed. My precious child, I know the quiet hours that no one sees. The moments when the world falls asleep but your mind won't rest. The kind of loneliness that doesn't always come from being alone, but from feeling unseen, unheard, unnoticed, even when surrounded by others. You smile, you talk, you go through the motions, but inside your heart whispers, does anyone really see me? Does anyone truly care? And my answer is simple, I do. You are never invisible to me. I see the weight you carry in silence. I see the nights when tears fall softly into your pillow. I see the ache behind the words you never say out loud. You think you are unseen, but I have never taken my eyes off you, not for 1 second. I don't look away when you cry. I don't walk away when you doubt. I draw closer because your pain calls my name louder than any prayer. You may think that because you can't feel me, I must be far away, but feelings are waves, they come and go. My presence is the ocean beneath them. Even when you can't sense me, I am still holding you. Like the air that surrounds you, you can't see me. But I am there, closer than your breath, softer than the beat of your heart. Every inhale you take is a gift from me, a quiet reminder that I am sustaining you moment by moment. Loneliness can trick you into believing that you are forgotten, but it's often in the silence that I speak the loudest. The world is noisy, but I whisper. That's why I draw you into stillness, not to punish you, but to speak to your heart without distraction. When no one else texts, when no one else calls, when your phone stays quiet and the world seems to move on without you, that's when I lean in and say, I'm still here. You were never meant to find your identity in people's attention. People's love can change. Mine doesn't. My love is steady, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I don't love you because of what you do. I love you because of who you are. My creation, my reflection, my beloved. No amount of loneliness can erase that truth. Sometimes I allow seasons of solitude so that you can rediscover what you've forgotten, that you and I are enough. That peace doesn't come from company but from connection, the one between your spirit and mine. It's in those quiet moments when no one else is around that I remind you who you truly are, strong, valuable, chosen, and loved beyond measure. I know you long for someone to understand you, to see the real you beneath all the layers, and I want you to know I already do. I understand the things you can't put into words. I hear the thoughts you're too afraid to speak. I know what you've lost, what you wish you could forget, and what you secretly hope for. There is nothing about you that surprises me. I've seen your worst days and still called you worthy. When you feel no one is listening, talk to me. You don't need perfect words, just honesty. Tell me how you feel, even if it's messy, even if it's angry. I can handle your pain. I am not fragile. My love is not scared of your emotions. I am your safe place, your hiding place. Come to me with your loneliness and I will fill it not with noise, but with peace. Remember how the stars shine at night? They don't stop glowing just because no one is looking. You are the same. Even when no one seems to notice your light, it still matters because I see it. You were made to shine, not for applause, but for purpose. And every time you choose to hope again, to keep believing, to smile through tears, your light grows brighter in the darkness. So tonight or tomorrow morning when you wake up feeling alone again, remember this: you are not walking through an empty world. You are walking through a world filled with my presence. Every corner of your room, every step you take, every breath you draw, I am there. I am the voice that whispers comfort, the warmth that touches your heart when everything feels cold. You don't have to reach the heavens to find me, just breathe, and there I am. When everyone else fades away, my love remains. When every door closes, my arms stay open. When your heart says, I'm alone, my spirit answers, you never were. So rest now, my child. Lay down the ache of being unseen. You are deeply known, fully loved, and eternally held. And when the silence feels too loud, close your eyes and listen. You'll hear me in the stillness saying softly, I am here, closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat, closer than you've ever imagined. My beloved child, I see the exhaustion in your soul, not just the kind that sleep can fix, but the deeper kind, the tiredness that sits quietly in your heart and whispers, I can't keep doing this. You wake up already weary. You push through the day pretending you're fine. And when the world finally grows quiet, you feel the weight of it all pressing down on you. I know that heaviness, I feel it with you. And today I want you to rest, not just your body, but your soul. You've been strong for so long, haven't you? You've carried burdens that no one else could see. You've held yourself together when everything around you was falling apart. You've smiled for others even when your own heart was breaking. And while the world may never fully understand how much it takes for you to keep going, I do. I've been walking beside you through every step, holding you even when you couldn't feel my hands. But listen to me now. You were never meant to carry it all alone. You've confused endurance with isolation. I didn't create you to survive by sheer willpower. I created you to lean on me. I know you want to be strong, but true strength isn't about never breaking. It's about knowing where to fall when you do. Fall into me. Let your tears come if they need to. Let the walls around your heart soften. I am not disappointed when you collapse. I am waiting with open arms to hold you there. You see, rest isn't weakness. Rest is worship. It's the moment your soul finally admits, I can't, but God can. When you pause and breathe in my peace, the world may keep spinning, but I promise you won't fall behind, because I move things for you while you rest. I fight battles you don't see. I open doors while you sleep. It's how deep my love runs. It never stops working, even when you do. Remember how I created the world? Even I rested on the seventh day. Not because I was tired, but to show you something sacred. That stillness is not failure. It's faith. When you rest in me, you're saying, I trust you, Lord, more than my own strength. And that kind of trust moves mountains faster than your effort ever could. You live in a world that glorifies exhaustion, where being busy is seen as valuable and slowing down feels like falling behind. But my kingdom doesn't work that way. I don't need your rush. I need your relationship. I don't want you to run yourself empty. I want you to let me refill you. You keep trying to pour from a cup that's already dry, and then you wonder why peace feels so far away. Come to me and I will fill it again. When you are tired, let my words be your pillow. Rest your thoughts on my promises. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. That was not a suggestion, it was an invitation. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to prove that you've done enough. You already have. Right now, in this moment, you are enough. Sit with me. Let the rush fade. Let your shoulders drop, your breath slow, and your mind quiet. Feel my peace wrapping around you like warm light. I will renew your strength. I will restore what the world has drained from you. The energy you thought was gone, I will bring it back. The hope you thought had died, I will breathe it alive again. You are not running out of purpose. You are just running on empty, and I am your refuel. When life feels too heavy, don't say, I can't do this anymore. Instead, say, Lord, do this through me. Let me take the weight off your shoulders. Let me turn your sighs into songs again. Let me remind you that even when your hands are too weak to lift the pieces, my hands never grow tired of rebuilding what you've lost. Rest in me tonight, my child, or rest in me this morning whenever your soul needs it most. Close your eyes and let go. The world can wait, your heart cannot. You were never designed to live on constant strength. You were designed to live on constant grace. So breathe deep now. I am filling your lungs with peace, your heart with courage, and your spirit with power. Tomorrow you will rise again, not because you forced yourself to, but because my love will lift you. You'll wake lighter, softer, steadier, because while you rested I was working, turning your weakness into wisdom and your weariness into worship. So sleep in peace, or walk in calm. Either way, you are safe, sustained, and strong, not by your effort, but by my endless strength. I am here, my child. Rest in me, for when you feel tired, I will always, always be your strength. My precious child, I know how often your thoughts drift ahead, to tomorrow, to next week, to what might happen, or what might never come. You sit in bed at night, replaying what-ifs like quiet storms in your mind. What if I fail? What if things don't get better? What if I lose what I love? Those questions whisper louder than peace, and soon your heart begins to race over things that haven't even happened yet. I see it. I feel it with you. And I want to remind you gently, you're worrying about a place I already stand. You see, I am not just in your past healing what broke you. I am not just in your present walking beside you. I am in your future too, preparing, arranging, softening paths that your eyes haven't yet seen. You're afraid of stepping into tomorrow because it feels unknown, but nothing about your tomorrow is unknown to me. I have already walked through it. I've already seen every choice, every tear, every joy, every moment that awaits you. And I am not afraid of it, so you don't have to be either. You keep trying to plan your steps so you won't fall, but what if you trusted me enough to walk without seeing every stone beneath your feet? Faith was never meant to remove uncertainty. It was meant to help you rest, even when you don't know what's next. Every sunrise that greets you is a reminder that I've been faithful one more day. If I've never failed you yet, why would I start tomorrow? You look at the future as something fragile, like one wrong move could ruin everything, but I hold time in my hands. I don't make mistakes. Even when you take a wrong turn, I know how to guide you back. You can't mess up a plan that I wrote with redemption already built into it. That's how powerful my love is. It works through both your triumphs and your mistakes. Sometimes I let the road ahead stay foggy on purpose. Not because I want to confuse you, but because I want to teach you to trust the sound of my voice more than the sight of your eyes. If I showed you everything at once, you'd run ahead and forget to hold my hand. But when you can't see far, you learn to walk slower, to listen closer, to depend completely, and that's where your strength grows. You're afraid of losing control, but peace doesn't come from control, it comes from surrender. Hand me your future, the plans, the dreams, the timelines you keep trying to perfect. You're carrying so much pressure to make everything work out, but that weight was never meant for your shoulders, so you do your part and let me handle the rest. When you release your grip, you'll realize the future was never slipping away, it was simply resting in my hands. I know the thought of waiting makes you anxious. You wonder if I've forgotten you, if my promises are delayed because you did something wrong. But my timing is not slow, it's precise. I'm not just preparing your blessings, I'm preparing you to receive them. There are lessons I plant in the soil of patience that can't grow anywhere else. What feels like delay is often protection. What feels like silence is often strategy. My child, when you think about the future, I don't want you to picture chaos. I want you to picture my face, calm, steady, smiling at you from the other side of time. The same God who stood with Daniel in the lion's den and walked with the disciples through storms is already waiting in your tomorrow. You will never arrive anywhere I am not. So breathe, take one step at a time, don't rush ahead of grace. Let it go before you. When fear says you don't know what's coming, remind it. But God does, and He's already there. Every door you're meant to walk through, I will open. Every burden you're meant to carry, I will strengthen you for. Every ending you fear is just a doorway into something new that I've already blessed. Look at how far you've come. There were seasons you thought would destroy you, yet here you are, stronger, wiser, still breathing, still walking. The same grace that brought you here will carry you forward. And one day, you'll look back and realize that everything you feared was just a shadow that disappeared in the light of my faithfulness. So tonight, Lada, rest your heart. Don't let tomorrow steal today's peace. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not wandering without purpose. I've gone before you to prepare every moment you will face. And when you finally step into your future, you'll realize something beautiful. I've been there all along, waiting with open arms, whispering, see, you had nothing to fear. I was already here. My dear child, I know the wounds you carry, the ones you don't talk about anymore, the memories that still ache when you're alone, the faces that still appear in your thoughts, the words that were spoken that you wish you could forget. You tell yourself you've moved on, but I see the heaviness still resting inside your heart. I see how anger quietly hides beneath your sadness, how disappointment still lives where trust used to be. You whisper, I forgave, but deep down the pain still whispers back, not really. And I understand, forgiveness is not easy. It's not a switch you flip or a feeling that suddenly appears. It's a choice, one that must often be made again and again until your heart finally begins to heal. But I want to tell you something sacred. I never asked you to forgive alone. I ask you to forgive through me, because only love that comes from heaven can truly set you free from the weight of what broke you. You see, forgiveness was never about pretending the hurt didn't happen. It's not about saying that what they did was right or fair. It's about deciding that the pain no longer has the right to control you. It's about choosing peace over poison, healing over hatred, freedom over bitterness. Every time you hold on to resentment, you're tying your heart to the moment you were hurt, and I long to untie you from that chain. I know how deeply you've been wounded. People you trusted failed you, people you loved walked away. Words that were meant to build you cut you instead. But even when others were careless, I was careful. Even when they broke you, I never left you. I gathered every shattered piece one by one and held them until you were ready to let me heal them. That's what I do. I take what's painful and turn it into something purposeful. When I ask you to forgive, it's not to protect the one who hurt you. It's to protect your heart from becoming like theirs. Bitterness is a slow poison, my child. It hardens the heart and steals your joy without you even realizing it. But forgiveness softens what bitterness tries to harden. It brings color back into your soul where pain tried to drain it. You often ask me, but how can I forgive when I still feel the hurt? The answer is this. Forgiveness begins where feeling ends. It's an act of the will, not the emotion. When you choose to say, Lord, I release them to you, you're not excusing what they did. You're simply handing it over to me. You're saying, I trust you to deal with this better than I can. And when you do, the chains start to break. Slowly, quietly, beautifully. Child, I know you also need to forgive yourself. You replay moments when you wish you had acted differently, loved better, spoken softer, trusted less. But listen closely, I have already forgiven you. I am not holding your past over your head. I am holding your hand so you can walk free from it. You don't have to punish yourself for what grace has already erased. I don't see your failures, I see your growth. I don't see your guilt. I see your heart still trying to love despite it all. When you forgive, truly forgive, something divine happens. The same power that raised my son from the grave begins to rise inside you, because forgiveness is resurrection. It brings life to what pain tried to kill. It opens space for joy to return, for peace to settle, for love to flow again. It allows you to love without fear, to smile without pretending, to trust without trembling. Do you remember the cross, my child? When my son was betrayed, beaten, and nailed to it, he looked at the very ones who hurt him and whispered, Father, forgive them. That was not weakness. That was strength beyond measure. Forgiveness is not forgetting what happened, it's remembering it without letting it define you. It's standing on the other side of pain and saying, I survived and I still choose love. So tonight or this morning when those old wounds start to ache again, don't fight them, bring them to me. Tell me what still hurts. Tell me who you still struggle to forgive, even if it's yourself. I can handle your honesty. I can hold your pain. And little by little, I will replace your bitterness with peace, your anger with compassion, your sadness with strength. You will not stay wounded forever. The day will come when you'll look at the scars that once brought tears and instead feel gratitude, not for the pain, but for the healing that followed. Because those scars will tell a story, not of what broke you, but of how I rebuilt you. So, my beloved, take a deep breath and whisper, I release it. Let forgiveness flow like a quiet river washing away years of weight. Let love return, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You deserve freedom, and I will help you find it step by step, heart by heart, breath by breath. For when you struggle to forgive, remember you are not alone in the process. I am your teacher, your healer, and your strength. Together we will learn to love again. My precious child, I see those moments when your hope fades, when the world feels too heavy to carry, and you start to believe that maybe things will never change. You smile for others, but inside you whisper, what's the point? You try to pray, but your words feel hollow. You look for light, but all you see is shadows. I see it all, my beloved, the silent battles, the tired eyes, the faith hanging by a thread. And I want you to know this truth. When your hope runs out, mine begins. You were never meant to walk through the valley by yourself. Even when your hands tremble and your heart feels empty, my presence has never left you. Hope is not something you have to create. It's something I place within you, and I never take it away. Sometimes it grows quiet, buried under pain or disappointment, but it's still there, flickering like a hidden flame that refuses to die. I know there are days when you look at your life and see only what's missing. The dreams that didn't happen, the prayers that feel unanswered, the moments that broke you. But child, my plans are not undone just because they look delayed. What feels like an ending to you is often the beginning of something sacred that you can't see yet. I am not finished. I am still writing your story, and I never stop in the middle of a miracle. Hope is not the denial of pain. It's the decision to believe that pain has a purpose. It's standing in the dark and still choosing to trust that dawn will come. You ask me, when, Lord? And I answer, when the time is right, when your heart is ready to receive what I've prepared, because sometimes I delay not to punish you, but to protect you. Sometimes I close one door so you won't settle for less than what I've planned. Do you remember the times you thought you wouldn't make it, yet you did? Those weren't accidents. Those were signs of my faithfulness. Every breath you take is proof that I've been carrying you, even through the moments you thought were impossible. The same God who brought you through those storms will not abandon you now. I never have, and I never will. You often think of hope as something fragile, as if it can break when life gets hard. But true hope, the kind that comes from me, is unbreakable. It doesn't depend on good days or happy endings. It depends on me, and I do not change. My promises are not built on circumstances. They are built on covenant. My word is not moved by storms. It commands them to be still. When you feel like giving up, I want you to pause. Not because you're failing, but because I'm about to show you something new. In the silence after your tears, listen closely. You'll hear it, the soft whisper of peace saying, keep going, I'm still here. That's not your imagination. That's me, your father, your light, your anchor in the storm. My child, the darkness may seem endless, but it cannot last forever. Every night has a sunrise written into its design. You will see light again. You will feel joy again. You will laugh again. Not the forced laughter of pretending, but the pure laughter of healing. The same God who created the sun to rise every morning has written a new dawn for your life too. So lift your eyes, even if they're filled with tears. Look toward the horizon of your faith. You don't need to see the full path, just the next step lit by my grace. Walk toward that light, even if all you can manage is a slow, trembling step. Every move forward in faith, no matter how small, is powerful in heaven's eyes. And remember this, hope is not the absence of struggle. It's the courage to trust me in the middle of it. When everything around you says, it's over, my spirit whispers, not yet. When life tries to convince you to give up, my love rises like the morning sun, shining over your brokenness, calling you forward. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are not at the end of your story. You are simply in the middle of a chapter that will soon turn into something beautiful. I will use every pain, every delay, every tear. None of it is wasted. And one day you will understand why it had to be this way. So don't let go, my child. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. And when you feel like you can't find the light, remember, I am the light. And as long as I live in you, darkness will never win. When you lose hope, lift your eyes to me. I am your dawn, your guide, your reason to keep going. And I promise your story isn't over. It's just beginning, my beloved child. I know how often you question your worth. You look around and see others being loved, celebrated, chosen, and somewhere inside, a quiet voice says, maybe I'm not enough. You try to be stronger, kinder, better, just to earn what should have always been freely yours, love. But I want you to hear me clearly now. You don't have to earn what I've already given. You were loved before the world ever told you who you needed to be. Before your first breath, I spoke your name. Before your first cry, I placed purpose inside your soul. You were born out of love, not out of accident. Every detail of your being, your laugh, your eyes, your voice was designed by my hands with care and intention. I didn't make you to blend in or to compete. I made you to reflect me. Light in human form, love wrapped in skin. You've been searching for love in places that were never meant to hold it. People's love can change with time, with moods, with mistakes, but mine never changes. My love does not fade when you fail, and it doesn't grow stronger when you succeed. It simply is constant, steady, eternal. I don't love you because of what you do. I love you because of who you are, my child, my creation, my heart walking the earth. I've watched you give pieces of yourself away trying to be enough for others. I've seen you love people who didn't love you back, chase approval that never came, and carry shame that was never yours to bear. I wept with you through every heartbreak, every rejection, every silent night when you asked, why am I not enough? And today I answer that question once and for all. You are more than enough because you were made in the image of I Am. There's nothing you could ever do that would make me love you less. Not the mistakes, not the wrong turns, not the days you ignored me, not the times you doubted me. I have seen the worst of you and still chosen the best of you. My love is not fragile. It's fierce. It chases, it restores, it defends. It doesn't stand at a distance waiting for you to deserve it. It runs toward you, arms wide open, ready to hold you just as you are. When you wonder if you are loved, look around. The sunrise that greets you is my smile. The wind that brushes your face is my touch. The peace that suddenly fills your heart in the middle of chaos, that's my embrace. Every good thing you've ever felt came from me. Every moment of grace, every second of mercy, every breath of beauty is my way of saying I love you still. My child, love is not something you lost, it's something you sometimes forget to receive. You close your heart out of fear, out of pain, out of the memory of being hurt, but open it again just a little and you'll feel me there. I've never stopped loving you, not even for a heartbeat. You may walk away, but I follow. You may doubt, but I remain. You may hide, but I find you every time. Because love doesn't quit, and I am love itself. You keep asking me for signs, proof that you matter, that I haven't forgotten you, but child, you are the sign. You are the living proof of my affection. The fact that you still breathe, still rise, still believe, even after everything you've faced, is evidence that my love has carried you through it all. You are not here by chance. You are here because I still have something beautiful to do through. So stop trying to earn what's already yours. Stop comparing your journey to others. Stop believing that love must be perfect to be real. My love doesn't need to be understood, only received. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have it all together. Just let go and let me remind you who you are, cherished, chosen, and endlessly loved. If you ever doubt again, remember the cross. That was my love carved into history, my heart exposed for you. I gave everything so you would never have to question how much you mean to me. When you feel unloved, look to it and hear my whisper. This is how much. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not too broken to be loved. You are mine, always have been, always will be. And I will keep proving it, not through grand signs, but through quiet mercies. The sunrise after your tears. The laughter that returns after pain. The peace that comes when you least expect it. So rest now, my beloved. Let go of every lie that told you otherwise. Wrap yourself in this truth. You are deeply loved, infinitely valued, and forever held. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not time, not distance, not failure, not fear. Because you were loved before the beginning, you are loved now, and you will be loved for all eternity. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that this message may touch more hearts that need God's peace today. My precious child, now that you've walked through these moments with me, through your fears, your doubts, your storms, your pain, I want you to pause, breathe, feel this silence not as emptiness but as my presence wrapping around you. You've come so far. You've faced your darkness with courage, you've cried honest tears, and you've listened long enough to hear my whisper again. So now let me hold you in the truth that I've been speaking to your heart from the very beginning. You are loved, you are safe, and you are home. I have watched every step of your journey. Even when you thought I wasn't there, I was walking just one step behind, making sure you never fell too far. Every time you stumbled, I caught you. Every time you felt lost, I lit a quiet path back to peace. I've been patient because love is patient. I've been gentle because you've already known enough harshness in this world. And through every sunrise, every night, every breath, I've been whispering the same unchanging truth. You are mine and I am yours. You see, my child, you were never meant to go through life chasing worth. You already have it. You were never meant to live in fear. You were made for freedom, and you were never meant to walk alone. I am not a distant God waiting on mountaintops. I am the warmth that fills the room when your heart turns toward me. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself before coming closer. I am already beside you, healing what you don't yet have words for. You've faced storms that should have broken you, but they didn't because my grace was the ground beneath your feet. You've faced loss that should have made you bitter, but it didn't because my mercy kept your heart soft. You've faced seasons of silence, but even then my voice never left you. I spoke through the stillness, through the sunrise, through the strength that quietly grew inside you while you waited. You thought you were just surviving, but child, you were being refined. You were being made new. Now, as this prayer comes to its gentle close, I want you to remember something. This is not the end. This is a beginning. Every morning that you wake up, every breath that fills your lungs is a new invitation to walk with me again. You don't need grand gestures to stay close to me, just a quiet heart. A simple prayer, a whispered, Lord, I'm here, that's all it takes. Because I'm not moved by perfect words. I'm moved by an open heart. I am proud of you, more than you can imagine. Not because you've done everything right, but because you kept coming back even after you fell. You didn't give up on faith, and faith never gave up on you. You've learned to rest when the world demanded more. You've learned to trust when logic said not to. You've learned to forgive when it hurt. That's growth, my beloved. That's grace alive in you. So let my peace wash over you now like soft rain over dry ground. Let it fill every space that fear once occupied. Let my love settle deep in your bones until it becomes the rhythm of your being. You don't need to fight for control anymore. Just rest. Let the weight of the world slide off your shoulders and fall into my hands where it always belonged. And when you walk out into this world again, into the noise, into the uncertainty, into the ordinary, remember this: I go with you. I am in the laughter of your mornings, in the quiet of your nights, in the stillness between your thoughts. I am the light that guides your steps, the hand that steadies you, the peace that guards your heart. You will never walk into a moment where my presence isn't already waiting. My child, if you ever forget everything else, remember this one truth: you are loved, you are safe, you are home. No matter how far you wander, no matter what happens tomorrow, no matter how dark the night gets, you will always find me here, right where you left off, arms open, heart ready, whispering your name, because love doesn't let go, and I never will. Now rest, my beloved. Breathe. Step into this day or this night with peace. You are wrapped in light, surrounded by grace, and carried by love. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. Amen.